Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mehdi. I am a 26-year-old French full-time filmmaker, and today I wanted to share with you guys what I'm bringing when I'm traveling. Recently I went to Bali with my girlfriend and we made a lot of videos there. She's an influencer, so she was vlogging a lot, and for myself, I'm a filmmaker and I wanted to make the best video I could make traveling, but also traveling with light gear, because as you know, you also have to carry your luggage, etc. So you cannot take everything you want when you're traveling. So today I want to share with you what are my top favorite gear that I am taking with me on a journey. And first I wanted to share with you guys the video that I made in Bali, that it's 1 minute 30 seconds, just to show you guys what kind of video you can get with the kind of gear I'm taking and showing to you guys. Let's go. I made this video only carrying this backpack everywhere with me during these 2 weeks in Bali. And so this backpack is the Peak Design 40 liters travel backpack. It opens at the back like this, and as you can see, it is pretty messy. And the most important of this backpack is currently missing because I'm using the A7 III to film myself here and the Sony A7S III for the top view you're viewing. And so during this trip I only took my Sony A7S III and two lenses that I am also using right now. So let me show it to you right now. The Tamron 28-75 f2.8 lens that is super versatile and that you can use to do close-ups for faces of people that you can see in this video, and also to zoom on great landscapes. And my second lens was the Tamron 17-28 2.8 lens that is also great for vlogging, because as I told you, my girlfriend is an influencer, so we had to vlog also. So we used it for a very wide angle to be able to be both on the shot only with a handheld camera. The second most important thing I am using during my trip is, of course, my MacBook, which is the M1 Pro base model. Like, nothing is upgraded in this Mac. That is great. I'm using it for editing, also to empty my SD cards to my SSD that I'm going to show you later. It is a editing monster. Like, I made a lot of reels every night during this journey, and it was awesome because it was never getting hot, editing on the bed and doing some 4K 10 bits shots with no problem. So it is a great computer. It is currently actually my main computer for my video company. So I cannot recommend you more this Mac, then take it. So let's dive deeper into what's in my camera bag. That is messy. I really love this bag because there is so many places to put some gear. It's divided in 3 sections, and I bought this camera cube that is 2 sections that allows me to put a lot of stuff. And here I can put a sweater or anything you can have when you're traveling. I don't know. I'm carrying a DJI Air 2S that is a great drone for his size. It is doing 4K, like almost even 5.4K, I think. That is awesome for all these shots that you saw. I'm carrying 3 batteries, the battery inside the DJI and also 2 spare batteries. They're taking a bit of spot in my bag, but they're really, really important when you are doing a long day and that you have different landscapes that you all want to fly in. These batteries last 20 minutes each, so that's an hour of flying, so that's really good. So DJI Air 2S, 4K 10-bit shots, it is great. And I recently learned how to take off and land from my hand. I cut my finger a bit once, but it was worth it because the shots were amazing. So DJI Air 2S and batteries, that's the first thing I'm carrying. Of course, I am using a Pro controller from DJI, using the 2 sticks here to make it easier to put in my bag to store it. So it is a great controller, and I'm not using my phone's battery that is usually also my GPS when I'm traveling, so that is really good. And I never had a drop of connection between my drone and this remote controller, so it is really great, really sturdy, really heavy. It is really the kind of gear you can rely on. It has its own fans so that it doesn't overheat, so really a great tool, and I never flew a drone actually without it. And that is very surprising actually, because that's the only piece of gear that I have that only wants to get charged with its own charger. So that's why I'm bringing it, because when you are charging with other USB-C usual cables, the remote controller is telling you that it's not charging fast enough. So that is my Pro Remote from DJI charger, and I am using actually 2 USB-C charger. That's what I'm carrying, and maybe you should take more than 2 USB-C chargers, because the thing is, sometimes I have so many gear that I want to charge during the night that 2 is not enough between my computer, my phone, my drone remote, etc. So maybe 3 is a good idea. That's something that I missed during my journey. So this is a 3 charger in the same product that can charge your Apple Watch and your AirPods and your iPhone with iPhone here, because it's a MagSafe compatible. It is a great tool because only a USB-C cable allows me to charge all 3 of my Apple devices. So that is a go-to product when it comes to charging your Apple stuff when you're traveling. Of course, and it is really a bummer, I have to take this drone battery charger. It is very useful because you can put all 3 of your batteries and just let all 3 charge at the same time. So that's actually very cool. But taking such a big gear for just charging the batteries of the drone that are itself very big in the bag is kind of a bummer, but you gotta do what you gotta do. When it comes to sound, I am using this Rode Video Micro made in Australia. Thanks, Australia. That is really handy because it's very small. And I'm using also this dead cat that comes with it when you buy it. It is really a good microphone because it is directional. Although you may have some sounds coming from the back of it, it is good for vlogging and more than enough for the kind of vlog we're doing. And it is so small that its form factor really is what made me choose it. So this microphone was great, and let me show you a kind of example of the quality of the sounds we can get with this microphone on.
Ouvrir déjà parce que moi c'est mon sac que j'ai pas envie qu'ils aillent toucher. Mais sinon, en tout cas, je kiffe ça depuis que je suis tout petit, donc je suis content d'aller vérifier.
And also very important, batteries. I'm carrying, I would say 6 or 7 of them. 2 of my batteries are official Sony batteries that I had with my cameras when I bought them, and they really last, I would say like 2 times longer than these batteries that I bought on Amazon, which are Joyery or Enegon batteries. But you have to make savings at some time, and batteries, I took batteries that are cheaper, and maybe you should not and invest more in your batteries, but having 6 or 7 of them is enough for me. I would say I would use 2 or max 3 each day, so it was enough for me. And so of course I took the battery charger that charges 2 batteries at the same time, that is USB-C compatible and also micro USB, so that is really interesting if you have only one of those different cables. So it is very cheap, very plasticky, but this is the Joyery one that comes with the 2 batteries that I bought on Amazon that were cheap, as I told you, very plasticky but very handy. For storage, I'm using a 2 terabyte SanDisk SSD that is very dusty actually, even though I'm using it every day. This SanDisk is great because it is very small, and also since it's SSD, it's very reliable, and you're not scared of it breaking like a HDD drive. So that is great, and a very small cable. That is everything I needed. So every day when I come back, I would empty my drone and my camera on this SSD, and everything is still in this currently. So great investment. And the most important thing is I am editing on this SSD plugged into my MacBook. So the thing is, I have no footage in my computer. Everything is here, even my project in Final Cut Pro. So that is really useful. I only have 512 gigs of storage in my MacBook, so this is kind of a no-brainer. I'm using an iPhone 12 Pro Max for my daily usage, and this Anker battery that is MagSafe compatible is great. It is also USB-C. It allows me to recharge my phone from the back. It is magnetic, and that is really handy when you're using it as a GPS, or when you want to have a phone call and you don't have enough battery. This is kind of a very important gear that I'm using when I'm going to travel. I'm also carrying a Peter McKinnon ND filter when I want to get f2.8 for these face shots that I told you, or just for vlogging, and we want this kind of shallow depth of field. And so I'm using a 82 millimeters ND filter from Peter McKinnon. Even though both of my lenses are 67 millimeters, I am using a 82 millimeters to avoid to have some vignetting, and so for that I am using adapters from 67 to 82 millimeters, and so that is very handy. It is a mist edition, so that allows you to have also the ND filter, the ND filtering, and also the mist, which makes the lights very blurry and more softer around your edges. So it is a great ND filter. The only drawback of this ND filter is that it's only 2 to 5 stops, and so sometimes 5 stops is not enough if it is really bright outside. So I have to maybe sometimes close my aperture, even though I wouldn't want to, but I would say that these 2 to 5 stops would be perfect if it was 2 to 9. But Peter McKinnon is selling 2 different ND filters. That's life. I'm using these very cheap but very handy JBL headphones that are, I would say, €7, and from now it's almost like saying $7, that I'm using for editing, because I have AirPods Pro also, but I want absolutely no delay when I am editing, synchronized to the music. So having these headphones is very important for me for editing. And this very plasticky adapter allows me to put some SD or micro SD cards on my USB-C adapter that is here. It's USB-A to USB-C, and this USB-C adapter allows me to put it in my iPad Air from 2021, I would say, and it allows me to transfer some photos in RAW on Lightroom, and to be able to edit it and airdrop it to my iPhone and directly going to Instagram. So that is a very good adapter that I'm using very frequently when I'm traveling. And a pocket knife that was offered by my mom that I usually always keep in my backpack. It is really handy, this kind of tool, because sometimes I use it to open some screws at the back of my camera when I'm using a tripod, for example. So it is always here, and of course I am French, and so wine, even though we didn't drink wine in Bali. So that was it. That's what is in my camera bag when I'm traveling. I would love to be carrying my DJI Ronin S2, but the thing is, you have to be lightweight when you're traveling, and that is how I made this video that I showed you in Bali. Thank you very much for watching this What's in My Camera Bag. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe. I'm going to talk to you more about gear, and also filmmaking techniques, and how I feel as a filmmaker. I started my company a year ago, and everything is great from now on. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.